All right. Hi, everybody. It's Cameron Goebel here. I'm your technical training consultant here at EOD at UNM in the HR department. That's a lot of letters that go together. I wanted to share with you an update that I finally got for you. I know it's been a couple of months, but we've been very, very busy and productive working on the student orientation training workflow process thing that I've been sharing with you over the past couple of months. This is really exciting. Take a look. So I've been getting together with student employees over at the IT department to develop trainings for other student employees, right? And if that's too far ahead of the game for you, then go look back at some of the videos that are here before. Basically, what I want to share with you is what the students themselves have actually done to develop their own training and what we're going to do next to make sure that it's sustainable. So I've got some samples here. Put that up on still store there, Cambot. Anybody get that? All right. So here are some trainings that students have done, and these are trainings that the students did themselves. I was working with some USC 3s, which is the highest level of student employee over at Customer Service. And you'll remember that the idea behind this is that you can look at a glance to see what a particular training is going to be about, what materials you need, what tasks are going to be done during the training, how you're going to be able to tell that the training was effective, goals and standards of performance, some touchstone concepts, that sort of thing. I have lots and lots of sheets of paper here, and these are all these at-a-glance kind of training documents. The students, the USC 3s themselves, created this. So what we've got right now is a nice big library of trainings. What do we do with it? One of the problems with training manuals and with sort of regurgitating these sort of training processes is that you put a lot of energy into creating documentation, and then it just sits there, or it becomes kind of useless. It doesn't get used. It's not alive in the organization. So the next step for me is to work with the students and with their supervisor and come up with a way to keep it sustainable, to make it alive. And I think I've got a way to do this. So let's imagine that you are a new student employee, and that I am the student employee of a level right next, like right up from you. Okay. What you're going to do as a new employee is you are going to get a binder like this. Now, this is a prototype, all right? This is not a finished product. This is really a minimum viable product. We're just going to float this and see if it works. If it does, we'll probably build on it. But anyway, so you get a binder like this, and inside the binder, you can see there's a pile of these training sheets in there. Now, this binder is going to sit at your desk, right, or maybe in a library, in a hallway somewhere. The idea is basically that when you come into work, you pull this off of your shelf and you put it in front of you, right? So you've got this while you're working. I, as your student peer trainer person, like I'm only one level up from you, but I'm still basically a peer. What I do is I basically come and I take a look at what trainings you have loaded in this little pocket right here. These are the things that you have to do and the skills that you have to master in order to move up to my level, right? So I'm training you to promote into my space. And there's another student above me who's training me to promote into his level, and so on, right? So we're getting some churn there. So I sit down with you and I take a look and I see, okay, so today you've got this training. This is Pinnacle Add, Move, and Change training. So we're going to go through that. So I pull out the training sheet. As your mentor, this gives me everything that I need to know about how to do this training well, how to do it sustainably, how to do it, what's the word I'm looking for? The same way every time, reliably, consistently, that sort of thing. So I sit down with you at your desk and I'm like, all right, let's go through the training. We do the training. At some point, I'm going to evaluate you based on the standards and the goals that are listed out for this training. So I'm going to go through and I'm going to say, well, you entered the order in very well. You followed each step of the procedure correctly, and you were able to describe the workflow that the ticket that you just created is going to move on to somebody else, and you know who that is and what their needs are and that sort of thing. I think you did very well. So I'm going to take my little highlighter and I'm going to highlight the evaluation part of this training. So now you know how well you did. We take this training and we put put it in your binder, right? So it's not in this little pocket anymore. Now it's actually a page that's loaded into your binder. All right, this does a couple of things for us. First, it shows that you learned this. So if a supervisor comes by now, you can look and see, okay, how many pages do they have loaded into their binder versus how many pages do they have to go through. That tells me how you're progressing along in your employee career here. Also, there's a sheet in here that has, it's the front sheet, that has all of the competency levels for each of the lessons. So here's a segment of competencies for one lesson, here's a segment for another competency, here's a segment, here's a segment. As I train you, or as anybody else in the room trains you, we go through and we fill in these competencies so that you can pick it up and look and see at a glance. Okay, I'm really good at this, I need some work at this, I need some work at this. Because this is always at your desk, at any time, you can just pull this off and see what you have to work on. What does that do for you? It gives you a roadmap to improvement, right? And when you see the things that you need to improve on, the at-a-glance training is right there. And so you, as the new student employee, can go through and say, okay, what of these things do I not understand? How can I work on them? How can I practice on them? So that the next time somebody sits with me, we can move from needs work to performed well, or could teach others, right? Your training is now in your hands as a student employee. Another great thing that this does. Okay, so I'm really, really excited by this. This is a great way to track and make consistent and make sustainable all of the trainings that student employees need to do to move from new hire to a confirmed hire after your evaluation period, to a higher level student, to a higher level student. Any supervisor can just walk through and see, hey, I need somebody to train this person over here on this particular topic. Who could teach others as a competency in that particular area? You do? Okay, here, go and find their binder, pull it down, take them through the training, and get them up to speed. This also serves really nicely because student employees especially need support to be confident while they're taking calls. So, and they're on a help desk in this point of view. So you never know what you're going to get on the phone, but you're only going to get what you're qualified to get, right? So I know that this person can take these kind of calls. I'm going to arrange for calls of this type to go to this person. Maybe that's something. But if you're going through here and you get a call on pinnacle orders and you're like, I haven't taken a pinnacle order in 3 weeks, I don't remember how to do it, you just reach for your binder. You open it up. You find the pinnacle page. Right now, at a glance, you know what the standards of good performance are, you know what the touchstone topics are, and you know what materials you used when you did this training the first time. So now it all activates in your brain. You're like, I remember how to do this. Okay. I don't have to go finding somebody. I don't have to pull someone off a call. I don't have to tell the customer to hold on and wait while I research this for you. Even as a new hire, having gone through the training and having this binder as a resource, I can be competent and credible and consistent with the kind of customer service that I provide. This is a gold mine. So, we're doing this with the customer service department over at UNM IT. I am excited to do it for other departments too, and I think that opportunity is coming up pretty soon. I'll keep you involved or informed as to what I'm doing. I'm Cameron Goebel. I'm your technical training consultant over in EOD at UNM HR. I look forward to working with you. Thanks.